Chosen one, stop for a moment and breathe this in. You are not hearing these words by accident. You did not arrive here by chance. This moment has been scheduled by heaven, aligned by divine timing, and appointed specifically for your spirit. Before you pressed play, God already marked this encounter. What drew you here was not curiosity, it was alignment. Anointed one, you are standing at the edge of a supernatural turning point. Something that has been forming quietly in the unseen is now pressing toward manifestation. This is not ordinary progress. This is sudden elevation. This is a divine shift. This is a heaven-sent rise that will shock the people who watched you struggle, questioned your path, and misunderstood your silence. Chosen one, hear this clearly. The delay was not denial. The hidden season was not punishment. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, the vision is appointed for a set time, and though it tarries, it will surely speak and not lie. That appointed time is now unfolding. God has been preparing you in secret so he can reveal you in power. What is coming will not be subtle. It will be undeniable. It will carry favor, authority, and provision that cannot be explained by human logic. Anointed one, let your spirit come into agreement. Quiet your mind. Open your heart. Heaven is about to speak. And what follows will change how you see your past, your family, and your future. Chosen one, before you ever pressed play, heaven was already moving on your behalf. Something in the unseen has shifted, and that shift is pulling you into this exact moment with divine precision. You are not here by curiosity. You are here by calling. There is a pull in your spirit, because your rise, your unveiling, your God-ordained elevation is already in motion. I know what it feels like when life has kept you in the shadows too long. When you have watched others move forward while you stood in a season that felt endless. I have lived through nights where I questioned whether God still remembered my name, moments where I wondered why silence felt louder than answers. And every time, without fail, heaven revealed that the hidden season was never a punishment. It was preparation. So when I speak to you today, I am not speaking from theory. I am speaking from scars that turned into stories, and stories that turned into strength, and that same preservation is happening in your life right now. Anointed one, whether you see it or not. Your family saw your struggle because they needed to witness the contrast. They saw the weight on your shoulders, the disappointments you swallowed quietly, the late-night tears you never explained. But what they did not see was the hand of God shielding you, shaping you, refining you like a precious stone hidden from public display until its brilliance is ready to be revealed. Heaven has been constructing your rise behind the curtain, because when God reveals you, it will not be subtle. It will be sovereign. There is a reason the enemy tried to isolate you. There is a reason certain doors stayed shut. Certain relationships fell apart. Certain opportunities bypassed you. I remember moments in my own journey when isolation felt like abandonment. But later I understood it was insulation. God was not removing me. He was protecting me from environments that would have polluted the oil on my life. But the truth is, every delay has been strategic. Every slow season has been intentional. Every quiet moment was heaven training you to recognize the voice of God without the noise of the world. Chosen one, what looked like stagnation was actually consecration. There are blessings God will not release until your spirit is aligned, until your character matches your calling, until your roots can carry the weight of the fruit He is about to grow in your life. When God prepares you in the dark, when He refines you without applause, when He molds you without approval, You come out carrying a strength that cannot be shaken, and a wisdom that cannot be stolen. And that is where you are now. You are stepping into the moment where hidden work meets public revelation, where private obedience meets supernatural elevation. Your rise will not just be noticeable, it will be undeniable. The people who questioned you will witness what heaven has been orchestrating. The ones who doubted you will see the doors God reserved only for you, and the ones who underestimated you will marvel at the grace resting on your life. But here is what I need you to grasp. This rise is not just about you. It is about the bloodline behind you and the generations ahead of you. He is using your journey to shift your entire lineage. The fear you fought, your children will not fight. The limitations you battled, your family will not inherit. The spiritual weight you carried, you are breaking it for those who come after you. Anointed one, heaven has been watching your endurance. Every time you chose faith instead of frustration, every time you held on to hope when evidence was missing, every time you whispered prayers that no one knew you prayed, heaven documented it. Your obedience in private is unlocking favor in public. Your persistence in silence is paving the way for a rise that will echo through generations. And now you are stepping into a season where God will not just restore, He will reveal. The people who saw your struggle will witness your elevation. The ones who counted you out will see that heaven counted you in from the beginning. And when your rise unfolds, they will know without question, God did this, chosen one. Breathe. Your moment has begun. If something in your spirit is stirring right now, if you feel the weight of what heaven is speaking over you, type "I am becoming" in the comments below. This is not just words. This is a prophetic declaration that activates the transformation process. Heaven responds to agreement. Type it now, and if your spirit is already tightening with recognition, subscribe immediately. This channel exists to carry that kind of revelation directly to chosen ones like you, week after week. Now lean in even deeper, because what I am about to speak into your spirit is not just encouragement, it is revelation. There comes a moment in every destiny carrier's journey when heaven shifts from preparation to presentation, from hiding to unveiling, from shaping to showcasing. And you, anointed one, are stepping into that moment right now. You may not feel ready. You may still see your flaws, your wounds, your uncertainties, but God is not revealing you because you feel prepared. He is revealing you because the time is appointed. Divine timing does not wait for human confidence. It moves when heaven has completed its work in the unseen, even if you still feel unfinished. I remember a season in my life where I felt like the least qualified person in the room. But the day came when God made it undeniable that the very scars I tried to hide were the signs of endurance He needed to display. And chosen one, the same pattern is unfolding in you. Your scars are not liabilities. They are proof that you walked through fire and did not burn. They are evidence that storms came but did not swallow you. They are reminders that you wrestled darkness and came out holding your identity even tighter. This is why your elevation will shock your family. Not because God wants to embarrass anyone, but because He wants to demonstrate that no human narrative, no family opinion, no generational mindset can override His calling. Many in your family only saw the struggle stage. They saw you at your lowest, and because they assessed you by the moment and not by the mantle, they formed conclusions that heaven never agreed with. But God was working in the shadows, restructuring the foundation of your life, reprogramming your identity, strengthening your spirit until you could carry what He always intended for you. If people had seen the full picture too soon, They would have tried to shape your path according to their comfort instead of God's purpose. So God allowed them to see only fragments while He molded the whole. Your hidden season protected you from premature expectations. It insulated you from voices that would have diluted your divine assignment. The enemy worked overtime to convince you that being overlooked meant being forgotten. But what he feared was not your struggle, it was your becoming. The enemy knows that when a chosen one realizes who they are, recognizes what they carry, and rises into alignment with heaven, entire bloodlines shift. And that is exactly what is happening now. Your rise is not personal, it is generational. Your obedience has been plowing ground, your family never touched. Your faith has been breaking ceilings your lineage could not surpass. Your persistence has been opening gates your ancestors could only dream of crossing. When God elevates you, He does it in a way that leaves no fingerprints but His. He moves so deliberately, so strategically, that even those who resisted you must eventually say, "This had to be God." Chosen one, that same supernatural imprint is resting on your next season. Your rise will not come through striving. It will come through surrender. It will not come through chasing validation. It will come through embracing identity. This is why God spent so much time working on your heart. He needed you healed enough to hold blessing without pride. He needed you grounded enough to receive honor without losing humility. And now that the internal work is complete, the external shift is about to unfold quickly, unexpectedly, and undeniably. People will ask how you arrived where you are, and your answer will not be a formula. It will be a testimony. You will say, "God did it," not because it sounds spiritual, but because it is the only explanation that fits. Chosen one, breathe. Heaven is not asking you to perform. Heaven is asking you to align. Stand in the truth of who you are. Walk in the authority you have earned through tears, prayers, and perseverance. Your rise is not coming. It has begun. This mission carries weight. Every word spoken here is sowing into the awakening, the deliverance, and the restoration of souls still trapped in seasons of silence. If this word is reaching you at the right moment, consider partnering with what God is doing through this space. The link is pinned in the comments below. Your support is not just generosity. It is a seed planted into the same ground that is producing this prophetic assignment. Chosen one, as we step deeper into this revelation, I need you to understand something your spirit has felt for years, but could not fully articulate. Your journey has never been random. Every setback, every slow season, every closed door was stitched into your destiny with purpose. Anointed one, your rise is not sudden. It is synchronized. I remember seasons where I saw others sprint ahead while I was stuck in place. They were collecting opportunities while I was collecting lessons. But God never builds quickly when He is building deeply. The deeper the calling, the deeper the foundation. You were not stuck. You were being strengthened. You were not delayed. You were being developed. And now the strength you built in private is about to carry you through doors that only the mature can sustain. Your family witnessed your breaking, but they will witness your becoming. Heaven saw potential wrapped in process. Heaven saw oil being pressed, character being formed, spirit being strengthened. And now heaven is preparing to reveal the version of you they were never meant to see too soon. Your rise will feel supernatural because it will expose the gap between who they thought you were and who God always knew you were. That gap is where the glory of God will rest. You have learned to endure without applause. You have learned to believe without evidence. You have learned to trust when nothing made sense. and those are the qualities that heaven honors. Many people can shine when everything goes right, but only a chosen one learns to shine in the dark. Only a chosen one learns to praise through pressure. Only a chosen one learns to stand when everything tries to break them. And because you stood, because you stayed faithful, because you held on to hope even when your hands were trembling, heaven is rewarding you with elevation that cannot be denied. There is a supernatural alignment happening around you right now. People are being shifted out of your path. Resources are being reassigned to your name. Opportunities are waking up with your identity attached to them. Heaven is aligning everything that once felt scattered. Even the moments you thought disqualified, you are becoming the very testimonies that qualify you for influence. God has a way of redeeming time in ways that defy human logic. He does not just restore, He multiplies. He does not just repair. He rebuilds stronger. He does not just return what was lost. He adds purpose to it. Your lost years are not lost. Your wounded seasons are not wasted. Your painful chapters are not pointless. Heaven is weaving them into the very platform you will stand on. And hear this carefully. Your rise will not create distance. It will create purpose. The same family who questioned you will seek you for wisdom. The same ones who misunderstood you will look to you for clarity. Your scars will become their map. Your healing will become their hope. Your elevation will become their invitation. You are not rising alone. You are rising as a doorway for your bloodline. Chosen one, stand tall. Heaven is not merely lifting you. Heaven is showcasing you. And what God is about to place on your life will not be quiet. It will carry the weight of glory, the mark of destiny, and the signature of divine timing. You are stepping into a season where heaven will make it clear. You are chosen, you are called, and you are rising. Chosen one, you were chosen not just to rise, but to rise differently. Your elevation is not coming through the usual routes. Your rise is supernatural, heaven-backed, spirit-driven. That is why the enemy fought you so aggressively. He was not afraid of who you were. He was terrified of who you were becoming. And heaven allowed certain things to fall away because they could not go where you are going next. Because when God lifts you, the contrast between where you were and where you are going will leave no room for human explanation. It will point directly to the hand of God. Chosen one, you carry an oil that was produced through endurance, tears, and faithfulness when no one was watching. Oil like that cannot be imitated. It is purified in fire, and because your oil is authentic, your rise will be undeniable. In heaven's timeline, those moments of waiting were not setbacks, they were setups. God was ensuring that when He finally opened the door for you, no one could shut it, no one could question it, and no one could take credit for it. Your name is being spoken in places you have not yet entered. Your presence is being prepared for assignments you do not yet see. But God saw every quiet battle. Heaven recorded every silent prayer. And now your reward is coming in a way that will silence every doubt. Anointed one, your rise will confront generational patterns. The fear that held your parents will not hold you. The ceilings that limited past generations will shatter under your feet. You were raised in environments that did not reflect your calling, not because you were misplaced, but because you were meant to break the cycle. The moment you step into your God-ordained position, something will shift in your entire bloodline. And now heaven is saying, rise. Not gradually, not quietly, but boldly, powerfully, unapologetically, because you are stepping into a season where grace goes before you, favor surrounds you, and destiny pulls you forward. Chosen one, this is your moment. Your unveiling, your divine emergence. The rise that God promised is beginning, and it will not be stopped. You were never meant to rise like everyone else. Your story has always carried a divine irregularity, a holy interruption woven into the very fabric of your existence. Anointed one, understand this truth. You are not the continuation of what came before you. You are the correction. You are not repeating the pattern. You are reversing it. God trusted you with those battles because He anointed you to win them. You were chosen to confront what previous generations surrendered to. You were chosen to heal wounds your family learned to live with. You were chosen to break chains they mistook for personality traits. Chosen one, there is a glow forming around your life that your family cannot ignore. They saw you broken, but now they will see you rebuilt. They saw you uncertain, but now they will see you established. They saw you struggle quietly, but now they will see you rise loudly. You will speak differently, think differently, move differently, choose differently, and it will not be arrogance. It will be anointing. You will walk with wisdom that cannot be explained by education. You will carry peace that cannot be explained by circumstances. You will display authority that cannot be explained by background. God will let people underestimate you so that when He raises you, the contrast becomes undeniable. Your rise was never meant to be explained, only witnessed. You do not owe anyone justification for what God is doing. Your elevation is meant to break ceilings, not accommodate comfort. Doors that were always locked will suddenly open. Resources that never flowed toward your bloodline will start gravitating toward your name. Blessings that took previous generations decades to achieve will come to you in accelerated time. And when they ask how, your answer will be simple. Obedience you obeyed when it was lonely. You believed when it was painful. You prayed when it was quiet. You stayed faithful when it was thankless. And heaven never overlooks seeds planted in sacrifice. Chosen one, the rise you are stepping into is not a moment. It is a mantle. You are becoming the first in your family to break certain barriers. The first to walk in certain abundance. The first to carry certain authority. Now the same fire that refined you will light the path for those who follow you. Your rise is not just for you, it is for legacy, for lineage, for the generations who will walk through the doors you are about to open. Chosen one, lift your head. What heaven is preparing will not resemble anything you have seen before. The rise has begun, and nothing can stop what God is unfolding in your life. If this word has been speaking directly to something you have been carrying, if you have felt seen in ways you rarely do, know that this channel exists because someone has to keep carrying this message. If you feel led to partner with this mission, the link is pinned in the comments below. Not out of obligation, but because what you sow today in faith, heaven is faithful to multiply. Chosen one, you are entering a season where God is not just shifting your circumstances, He is redefining your entire atmosphere. The things that once surrounded you, shaped you, pressured you, or limited you are being rearranged by heaven's hand. And this rearrangement is not gentle, not subtle, not quiet. It is decisive. It is divine. It is disruptive in the holiest way. That is why relationships changed. That is why your home felt different. That is why your spirit no longer tolerated certain conversations, certain atmospheres. Heaven began to make you allergic to what was beneath your calling. And chosen one, that same awakening is happening in you. You do not fit where you used to fit. You do not flow where you used to flow. And that discomfort is not dysfunction. It is direction. Heaven is pulling you upward. The old version of you is dying, not your personality, not your essence. But the version that lived according to survival instead of strategy, the version that tried to shrink so others could feel comfortable, that version is fading, and what is emerging is stronger, wiser, clearer, bolder, and more anointed. He is stripping away the temporary so he can anchor you in the eternal. He is quieting old noise so you can hear new instructions. Your transformation is not cosmetic, it is spiritual. You are not just changing. You are being anointed for your next. But you were not forgotten. You were being fortified. Chosen one, everything in your life is aligning for a rise that will not just elevate you, but establish you. A rise that will not just shock your family, but shift your bloodline. And this rise is already beginning. The reason heaven had to refine you so carefully is because what you are rising into requires more than talent. It requires character, humility, purity, and spiritual authority. Anyone can be elevated by people, but only those who have been refined by God can be elevated by heaven itself. And when heaven elevates you, no human hand can interfere. No generational curse can block it. Your rise has already been sealed in the Spirit. Now it is beginning to unfold in the natural. Your rise will not be quiet. It will feel like the ground beneath you is changing, like the air around you is shifting, like heaven itself is breathing acceleration into your steps. And this acceleration is divine, not forced, not manufactured, not manipulated. It is heaven's timing aligning with your obedience. Your family will witness blessings they never saw coming. They will watch doors open that no one else in your lineage has ever walked through. They will see God restore what was stolen, rebuild what was broken, elevate what was dismissed, and multiply what was overlooked. Your rise will not create distance. It will create direction. You will become a blueprint, a living testimony, a walking revelation of what God can do with a surrendered life. Anointed one, heaven is positioning you as the first in your bloodline to break barriers. The first to access certain realms of blessing, the first to walk in levels of abundance your ancestors could only dream of. You have been trained for this. You have been molded for this. You have been prepared for this. Everything in your life, the pain, the confusion, the closed doors, the heartbreaks, the waiting, has been leading you to this moment. And heaven is declaring over you now. Rise, step forward, step into the version of yourself I created long before your family ever formed an opinion about you. Chosen one, your story is shifting. Your atmosphere is shifting, your identity is shifting, and soon your entire family will say, "We did not see this coming." But heaven did. Heaven always did. And now, heaven is bringing it to pass. The rise that is coming to your life is not merely a promotion. It is a spiritual unveiling, a divine announcement, a supernatural validation of every tear you cried in the dark. Heaven is not just elevating you, heaven is revealing you. There is a difference. Promotion is when you move up in the eyes of people. Revelation is when God exposes what He already placed in you long before anyone recognized it. The real you, the anointed you, the strengthened you, the spiritually refined you, is emerging. God is lifting the veil off the version of you that He shaped, the version crafted by prayer, forged in resilience, anchored in faith, sharpened by warfare, and sealed by assignment. This is why your rise will shock them. They were studying your history, but heaven was activating your destiny. The moment God is ready to reveal you, He will not consult the opinions of those who misjudged you. He does not take a vote. He does not ask permission. When heaven says rise, no human narrative can interfere. Chosen one, you are stepping into the kind of elevation that forces people to confront their miscalculations about you. This is not because you want to prove anyone wrong. It is because God wants to prove himself faithful. Elevation does not erase humility. It amplifies it. God is lifting you because your heart stayed pure, even when your circumstances were painful. You did not turn bitter. You did not become hardened. You continued to trust, and heaven is rewarding that trust openly. Your rise is not a stroke of luck. It is the harvest of endurance. Chosen one. The next part of your journey requires spiritual maturity, because everything you step into now will carry weight. Your influence will carry responsibility. Your voice will carry authority. Your presence will carry impact. Your life will become a living blueprint for those connected to you. Your family especially will look at you with new eyes. Not because you demanded respect, but because elevation will make disrespect impossible. Your growth will be undeniable. Your wisdom will be recognizable. Your transformation will be too consistent, too powerful, too supernatural to ignore. Anointed one, you are rising into rooms where your spirit will speak before your voice does. Doors that your family could not access. You will walk through with grace. You were chosen to interrupt cycles. Cycles of lack, cycles of silence, cycles of limitation, cycles of fear, cycles of settling, cycles of dysfunction. The battles you overcame are battles your children will never have to face. The clarity you fought for is clarity your family will inherit. The blessings coming to you are blessings that will echo through generations. Chosen one, you may have felt alone in your fight. But heaven wants you to know you are carrying the weight of many. And now, you will carry the victory of many. Your success will speak even when you remain silent. Your peace will preach even when you say nothing. Your joy will reveal to others what God can redeem. Your life will become a message. The same God who got you through the valley will guide you up the mountain. Your spirit is ready. Your heart is aligned. Your destiny is opening. Chosen one, heaven is calling you forward. You are stepping into a season where God himself becomes your advocate, your endorser, your defender, your promoter. The rise you are approaching is not one you have to fight for, beg for, or chase. It is a rise that will find you, because heaven has already marked you for it. For so long you have carried the pressure of trying to hold everything together. Emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally, you navigated storms that would have broken others. You held on to faith even when it seemed illogical. You kept walking when your strength was gone. And because of that endurance, heaven is now moving with intentional force to elevate you beyond anything you have ever experienced. Chosen one, your elevation will not come through the same doors others use. God did not anoint you to follow the crowd. He anointed you to break the mold. When he raises you, no one else will be able to claim the credit. God is constructing your rise in such a way that the only explanation will be glory. You are the evidence your family needed that God is still moving. You are the answer to the prayers whispered by ancestors who never saw the promise. You are the manifestation of a breakthrough that was delayed for generations, but is now arriving through you. And when your family sees you walk into opportunities that were never available to them, they will recognize that your elevation is not just personal. It is prophetic. This next phase of your rise requires a level of confidence you have never walked in before. Not worldly confidence. Holy boldness, the kind that allows you to step into rooms you once felt unqualified for. The kind that lets you walk without apologizing for the oil on your life. You did not choose this rise. The rise chose you. It was written into your destiny before you were born. That is why you could never fit into mediocrity. That is why even when you tried to shrink, heaven refused to let you disappear. You will introduce blessings into your bloodline that were never there before. You will shift the family story from survival to abundance, from confusion to clarity, from cycles to freedom. And hear me, you will not rise timidly. You will rise boldly, because humility does not mean shrinking. Humility means acknowledging that the power behind your success comes from God. Chosen one, you are being lifted. You are being promoted. You are being revealed. Heaven has opened the door and your feet are about to walk through it. This is the rise they never saw coming, but heaven always knew was coming. If this word has walked with you today, if it has named something in your spirit that you could not name yourself, know that this channel exists because someone has to keep carrying this message. If you feel led to sow into what God is doing here, the link is pinned in the comments below. Not because you owe anything, but as an act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open. What you plant today in faith, heaven is faithful to multiply. Chosen one, as we step into this final movement of your prophetic journey, allow your heart to steady and your spirit to rise. This is not just the closing of a message. This is the activation of a mantle. What you are stepping into after this will not resemble anything you have walked through before. This is the moment where divine alignment meets prophetic fulfillment, where everything God whispered in the dark begins to manifest in the light. Anointed one, you have reached the threshold of a supernatural turning point, and nothing in your life will remain the same. Heaven wants you to understand that the rise you are about to experience is not meant to be a moment. It is meant to be a movement through your life, a movement through your family, a movement through your bloodline. Every breakthrough you are stepping into now is connected to generations before you who prayed without seeing results, and generations after you who will walk through doors you opened. You are the hinge between what was and what will be, the divine bridge linking yesterday's brokenness to tomorrow's restoration. That is why your fight was so fierce. That is why your battles felt heavier than your age. You were chosen as the repairer, the rebuilder, the restorer. Chosen one. Your family will witness a version of you they never imagined. They will see you walk with authority, wisdom you did not learn from them, and favor that did not match your surroundings. But what will shock them the most is your ability to rise without bitterness, to elevate without arrogance, to succeed without severing. Your rise will not be fueled by revenge, but by revelation, not by proving them wrong, but by proving God right. You were not called to rise in spite of your family. You were called to rise for your family. I have walked through moments where God elevated me into spaces no one in my lineage had ever entered, spaces of clarity, financial stability, spiritual maturity, influence, peace, and purpose. And when it happened, I realized something powerful. The elevation was not just for me. It was the answer to my grandmother's prayers, the fulfillment of dreams my parents never had the means to chase, the manifestation of freedom my ancestors longed for but never experienced. You, chosen one, are stepping into that same divine pattern. Your rise is the answer to cries heaven heard long before you were born. And hear this: your rise will be seen, but your transformation will be felt. The atmosphere around you is changing. You will begin to respond differently, speak differently, think differently, make decisions from a place of wisdom, not fear. Move with confidence, not hesitation. Choose from alignment, not desperation. And when your family witnesses this internal shift, they will know it had to be God. Anointed one, Heaven wants you to prepare for divine visibility, not for fame, not for attention, but for impact. You are stepping into a season where people will look to you for guidance, for clarity, for hope. You will become the stable voice in unstable moments, the spiritual anchor for those who once doubted your calling. And you will carry this responsibility not with exhaustion, but with grace. Because God has fortified your spirit for this very assignment. Your elevation will not only break cycles, it will expose them. And through your obedience, your healing, your decisions, heaven will close spiritual doors that were never meant to be opened. You are becoming the generational interruption hell never wanted, but heaven always intended. Chosen one. The reason your rise must be public is because your testimony carries deliverance for someone else's private battle. Your victory is the evidence someone in your family needs to believe God again. Your breakthrough is the confirmation they need to trust Him again. Your transformation is the sign they need to seek Him again. You are not just rising. You are reviving faith in others. The same people who doubted you will now be drawn to the light on your life. Not because of your success, but because of your peace. Not because of your blessings, but because of your clarity. Not because of your elevation, but because of your humility. You will stand in front of them as living proof that God restores, redeems, and rewrites stories. And in that moment, the moment their eyes soften, their voices tremble, their questions spill out, you will realize that everything you survived was worth it. Every tear was worth it. Every weight was worth it. Every lonely season, every misunderstood moment, every silent battle. It was all shaping you for the very place you now stand, chosen one. This is the season where heaven says you will rise, and they will see it. You will rise, and they will understand it. You will rise, and they will honor it. You will rise, and God will be glorified through it. Lift your head, square your shoulders, align your spirit. Your rise is not coming, it is here. Chosen one. As we close this sacred moment, let your spirit hold what heaven has spoken. You are standing in your Kairos time, the appointed hour, where hidden seeds rise into visible harvest. The shift has already begun. The divine transfer is in motion. Your rise is not a possibility. It is a certainty written over your life by the hand of God. Anointed one, may the favor of the Father surround you. May the clarity of the Spirit guide you, and may the strength of heaven sustain you as you step boldly into what has been prepared. Walk forward with reverence, with gratitude, and with unwavering faith. What is coming will not just elevate you, it will redeem your story and transform your bloodline. If this word resonated in your spirit, chosen one, declare it in the comments. Share this message with a family member who needs hope. And remember, your rise will shock them, but it will glorify your God.